Okay, yes, yes. Hey, the positive energy, the positive vibes, the positive of life. Okay. Um, when it, let me see, I'll put her name down in the chat. Okay. But she is a coach. You can go to her YouTube channel. Um, crimps, crimps and cure, crimps and ties, a cure. Hey, don't quote me on that, but I will leave it in the chat for you guys, right? Um, but let's check it out.
And they're the heads of the family, so it's matriarchal anyways. So Black men don't have a backbone anyway, so therefore there's no way that Black men any
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Nah, what she is doing is, let me see. Okay, now you see that girl right there.
Okay, Black men are used to Black women.
Okay, now she's from The View, right? I don't know her name either. Okay. Uh, I had to figure out a long time ago, just pick up on what you could pick up on, make sense out of that. Okay. You ain't got to make sense out of everything. Just make sense out of things that you can pick up on. Uh, and when you do make sense of it, just make sure you're coming from a place of honesty so you can have the clear understanding, right? Now, when I first heard this, because like I said, I was speaking about the Obama and how he was going super, super hard. The Obamas is going working overtime, okay, for Miss Harris. Everybody is going overtime for Miss Harris, right? Um, hey, yeah, I know. But we gonna let her tell the story, okay? You gotta believe me. We'll let real educated women, accountable women, tell the story, okay? Educated women.
just comments. Back it up just a little bit.
surprised that question got so much pickup, because the bottom line is the Biden administration has had one of the best records of any other presidency in decades. And so why change something that ain't broke? Why fix something that's not broken? I think she certainly could have said, I'm going to expand upon it and bring in my own lived experience, which she did. She ultimately did finally say, I'm going to have a Republican in my candidate. That certainly is very different.
She had a plan for Medicare.
And she has a plan for Medicare
that would help all these people who suffer.
That somehow has gotten lost. But to your point about...
Nah, I guess they have the discussion about Miss Harris, right? Okay. Because Barack, like I say, he been speaking to black men in rage about, I guess, us not voting for Miss Harris. Okay, so let's listen.
The vice president having to shore up men. Obama did sort of go to a campaign office and speak to black men in particular. And I think we have a clip of that.
Yes.
You have someone who has consistently shown disregard, not just for the communities, but for you as a person. And you're coming up with all kinds of reasons and excuses. Part of it makes me think that, well, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president. They've been raising us and working and having our backs. And so now you're thinking about sitting out or even supporting somebody who has a history of denigrating you.
So let me just say this. I think that she certainly does have a problem with men, because misogyny is a real thing in this country.
And not just black men.
I don't think
White
black men are
and
the problem.
Yeah.
Black men are not the problem. Black men are used to matriarchy. Okay, black men are used to black women being the heads of the family, black grandmothers raising them. They are used to that. Come
Y'all heard what she said. Black men are not the problem because black men are used to black women running them.
Listen, the funny thing about this is, so when I heard that statement, that's exactly the way I took it. That's the way she said it. Okay? But the funny thing about all of this, she is sortly right. Okay? That's the sad thing about all of this. Us men, hey, we got to stand a little stronger, okay, with our women for one, and our kids and our family. I mean, because just listen to this.
Sonny Holston said in that clip, after listening to the clip of Obama speak, and blame misogyny for black men not wanting to vote for Kamala Harris. And then Sonny Holston's response to that, her commentary on that included that black men were not the problem, not because they're not problematic, but because they've been run by the gynocracy so long, there's no way that they are misogynistic. They have been cowed by their women. Black women run them. So it's not fathomable or reasonable to think that black men would be not voting for Kamala as a female because she's a female, because black men are accustomed to being led around by the nose and possibly by the belt strap by women, by black women. They're the head, black women are the heads of households and they're the heads of the family. So it's matriarchal anyways. So black men don't have a backbone anyway. So therefore, there's no way that black men could be suffering from an aversion to female leadership because they mama lead them and they mama tell them what to do and their grandmamas and the women of the community tell them what to do anyways. So I mean, there's no way that they are opposed to that because I mean, the black community is a gynocracy anyway. That's basically what she said.
That is what she said. I agree in a nutshell. Okay. And listen, first thing I have to say is nothing ever wrong with treating your lady you supposed to, because I want my daughters to be treated with the utmost respect, with care and love and respect, right? Okay. But first thing first, the respect got to be neutral, okay? And uh, accountability and boundaries have to uh, guys. I'm not out here trying to be perfect at all. I'm just speaking on things. Hey, the way I see them. Like I say, I'm a joyful person, happy, and I'm a joyful person of the world. Okay, uh, so I speak on these things. Things out here in the universe. It touches me in a way that I feel as though we as a people could do better. I need it as well. I can do better, right? That's why uh, I acquire much of others because I acquire the same thing as for myself. Like I'm not going to put or talk about anything that I don't want somebody to do that I won't do. Let's put it like that. I'm not saying nothing like that, right? I'm just okay. Let's get back in it because
That's what she said. That black men do not have baby not I looked right over there. Leave me alone today. That black men are spineless jellyfish that are always being led by women. Always being led by women. How egregious is that? How egregious is that? And
when you waste time on things that's not meaningful, hey, you're doing not only you're not doing yourself a favor, but you're doing the people around you. You're not doing them no good because, like the information, it's so much information out here, right? So you need to put as much as positive and good information around you as much as you can, right? This lady right here is very. It's a bunch of them right out here with good information. Okay, let's listen to her. She finna tell you how the conclusion of it or how what I'm saying. Like I grew up around women. I grew up around players that were women, right? So yes, you get the game from the women. That's right. Okay, let's listen. I mean, 9 times out of 10, it don't empower them for the right reasons. That's that's where we kind of get it misconstrued as because we think by us giving so much power to that woman, it will make things better. But no, all it does is create a monster, right? Yes. That's all it does. Yes. So let's listen.
Led by a group of hyenas. And this is why we call them hyenas, because a hyena clan is matriarchal. But they scavengers, and it's crazy. Like, it's crazy how they operate. And our community definitely, for the majority, operate like that. That's the unfortunate part of that. I don't personally think that Black men don't have a spine or that they are weak-willed. Here's the thing that I think the majority of Black men be trying to do. They be trying to support what they consider to be the community, which is everybody. It was proved that Black women don't see the community as inclusive of Black men and Black women together. When Ice Cube was on the that show, the tea with, y'all know what I'm talking about, sipping with the whatever, with Claudia Jordan and all them. And he was talking about what he wanted to discuss with either candidate, Trump or whoever. Trump. This is when Trump was running against Biden. And he was basically saying, doesn't matter who gets in office, I want to speak to them about my plan for Black people. Okay? Because he had the right idea. We want the government to help us, but we don't present to them what we want help with and what we want them to help us with, right? So I didn't see a problem with sort of.
I gotta keep stopping it because I don't want to use all her content, right? But she do have, we getting to the point, to the end of the point, right? The whole thing is, the Democrat who we vote for, who we believe that's for us, actually is destroying us, okay? Making the world like, making the world become very destructive, you know, within destruction. I mean, within their own self, right? From what they put out here. Let's let her get back, hurry up and make this point. I'm not trying to use all your content, Miss Lady, but you do such an amazing job. Yes, I've been watching this lady for about 4 years.
Putting a structure to that. And not just saying we want stuff for Black people, right? And when I believe it was Selena or one of the ladies asked, well, what happened? It might have been Vivica. Well, what is going on? What is it in here for Black women? He kind of looked a little puzzled. Like, what you mean just for Black women? This is Black people. This is everybody. What do you mean? What's for Black women? What do you mean? What's nothing separate for Black women? I mean, we're a community together, are we not? And she was like, no, Black women is, we gotta be separate, something for us. So the majority of the hyena clan do not see Black men as part of the community. For them, the community is the women and the children. Black men are not part of the community, whether the men are part of the gynocracy or not. You understand? Whether the men are part of the gynocracy or not.
Yeah, that's a little deep, ain't it? I know. See, this when you go to talking like this, right? Women don't want to hear this kind of education, right? You know, some women, most women, right? They don't want to hear this part because there's too much of accountability, right? there's too much, so it's too much truth, right? So yeah, it just be so nice to hear women understand this. You know, I have a lot of friends, a lot of women friends, right, that I actually uh been privy to be like an assistance with helping helping just navigate the feeling of life, right? You know, we all need that. You know, I need it as well. You know, that's why I do this out here in the universe, because you have to be able to get your thoughts heard, right? Because when you tell your thoughts to somebody else, they can see right away what's the problem, right? especially especially if they care uh, about the right causes of life. You know, anybody I have an answer for you, right? But everybody don't have, should I say, the right answer? I'm just gonna say the caring, um, the fixing answer. You know, is it their fault? Sometimes not. You know, but a lot of times I believe we owe it to ourselves to fix ourselves, to make ourselves better, more than one way or two.
It's neither here nor there. So my thoughts on that overall is that Black men be trying to be on code with the Black community and vote how Black people are voting. The problem is that it's so out of hand and so not steeped or rooted in anything factual or tangible that men tune out. When I say it, I mean the way that the Democratic Party runs and the way that they try to relate to Black people. It's not based in reality. It's not based in any tangible. It's not based in anything that makes sense in reality. So when you start not doing this with men, where you don't connect with them with reality and things that their hands can touch or things that their eyes can see.
Time, you know, is reality. A, a lot of a lot of our people out here be delusional, um, but we have to look at life for actually what it is. You know, not for what we want it to be. You know, that's a fact.
You automatically block them out. And from what the rest of the video, I'm not going to play the rest of the video, but from what the rest of that conversation was talking about, it's not just Black men that Kamala isn't getting support from.
Okay, she ain't. I want to talk. I her video like that, but it's just so many good points that she was speaking on.
And you might have to have a conversation or a confrontation with him about how he's acting and what's going on. Black men have to deal with white police officers and even the Black ones that be acting a fool.
Oh, there we go. Hold on.
Trying to tell Black men that Trump is prejudiced and racist and a white supremacist that's gonna oppress them, that don't scare them. Especially, we're talking about our men that are men. We're talking about men talking and interfacing with another man. What they got to do with anything? I'm gonna tell you why, and the brothers can correct me because I've never lived a single day as a black man. So y'all can correct me if I am wrong. But black men on their day-to-day, at some point in their life, the majority of black men have already faced down a white supremacist somewhere. Whether we talking systematically, one-to-one, they've had to be in their business or on their workspace or in their job space, having to deal with maybe a boss or whomever that, you know what I'm saying, you know that he feel a way about you because you black, and you might have to have a conversation or a confrontation with him about how he's acting and what's going on. Black men have to deal with white police officers and even the black ones that be acting a fool. So black men have to do that on their day-to-day. That's not scary to them. Trying to tell him, ooh, he gonna take your right.
Okay, listen, I am about to get out of here. I just wanted to talk about that for a minute and to say, you know, I grew up with women that were, and I loved them dearly. Love them, miss them to death, right? But, you know, women that was real controlled with they